Hey guys, it's Dr. Curvy here, and we're back with another video. So, after 9 months of not having a karma guide, we are gonna be doing a karma updated guide. Now, I don't know if this guide will be viable by 4.0, but when I do a patch notes video, hopefully when they release it with the champion changes and the item changes, etc., we'll talk about it and see if any of the build videos I've done before 4.0 is still viable. We'll talk about it on the patch video. But with that being said, let's talk about Karma. Karma is a burst enchanter support. She can be your bursty girl, like a Lux or a Brand, but she can also be your healer, not a healer, like your shieldy girl, like a Lulu, Janna, etc. Luckily for Karma, she's a hybrid. So she's a hybrid burst enchanter support. I wouldn't call Lux an enchanter because she seems more magey, you know. But yeah, I think Nami can be close to Karma because she can pop off her pus if she builds AP. But I forgot about Nami. We'll make a Nami video when we get her glorious skin. But with that being said, let's start this Karma guide. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you guys subscribe for more wildrift videos. And we're close to 1,000 subs, so make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell for whenever I upload a new gameplay video or a non-gameplay video about wildrift. So let's start with Karma's abilities. Now, it's a very straightforward maxing for Karma's abilities. You would max her first skill obviously for more damage poke potential, and then her third skill for more shielding, especially when you're in a duo lane that benefits. But if you are in the mid lane Karma, which is a little side tip for you, I would max this last. I think if you're Karma mid laner, you would max your second skill second, if that makes sense, and then your third skill last, because I feel like you're more of an engager in the mid lane. With how broad that lane is, straight that lane is, you can usually land your second skill, initiate, and then do your combo with the first skill. So yeah, and then you max your ult whenever you can. So there's that. Now let's start with her items. Now in the items, I experimented a little bit. I was gonna do an enchanter Karma, but I feel like burst, whatever elo you're in, I feel like burst is generally most favored. But if you are in a team of high elo people, I feel like people can really build up on you as a Karma. So they know how to build you off and kind of cancel your burstiness in high elo, like Challenger Grandmaster. So Enchanter Karma is more of the T there, but I'm talking about this in a general elo basis. So let's start with, obviously your support item, Spectral Sickle. You get gold the more you poke. She is a good poke champion, so there's that. Make sure you utilize it properly and make sure you use it whenever you have stacks. It's nice to use your abilities, but don't just pop off your abilities when there is no cooldown of that stacks of your support item. And the sooner you utilize this passive properly and time it right, the sooner you get your support item and the sooner you're gonna have more advantage, especially because when you build this item, you get more haste and you get more adaptive damage of ability power or attack damage if you are AD. There's that. Let's talk about the first core item that you're gonna get is Luden's Echo. It's a standard for any burst out there, burst mage. If I build Lux support, that's the first item. Nami support, that's the first item if you want to go full burst. This is a really good key item because I feel like it amplifies the damage that she already has. Because when you see in the gameplay, she doesn't really do much damage without any items. And this is kind of like the key item that kind of like sets her off and keeps her going. So yeah. For her boots, obviously it's my favorite. The Ionian Boots of Lucidity, baby. Always number one. I love this boots. I feel like CDR is a priority to every mage support ever. I think this is my most used boot enchant of the game. If there's like a chart, because you get to spam more of your abilities. And I've always experimented with the enchants. Let's talk about it. I love the Protector enchant, but to be honest, I really like Redemption more. Because Redemption gives you more healing. Imagine if you're low health, you can just pop Redemption. The lower health you are, I think the more healing you get, and then you pop off your heal. That's more healing. If this was a Sona's case, she has 3 healings. with her second skill, Redemption and Heal. Karma doesn't, and she doesn't really have an ability that gives her healing. So to alleviate that and to peel for your team more, especially in team fights later on, Redemption is really a lifesaver. And you know, I used to be so bad at popping this, but now I kind of improved from time to time. So there's that. So now let's talk about the Rabadon stat cap. Now, a lot of the items here are kind of like duos. They're kind of like a combo together. So we got Ludens and Rabadons. They're a combo together. Because, you know, like I said, Ludens amplifies your damage with that passive, but then Rabadons extends that more because you're going to get more AP. The more AP you have, the more burst you're going to do. You know, you're going to be like an assassin, you know, especially if you have more CDR, which is that's why we have the Yoni boots. You'll pop off, kind of like you can throw like random first skills out and then you can kill someone like that. Well, if they're low, obviously execute. So yeah, Rabadon is that girl. Staff. Now Staff gives you a burst of AP for a short 6 seconds, I think, and a burst of ability haste. So you gain that when you cast a spell. So think of it as like an AP Ardent. You know, Ardent gives you on hit and attack speed. This one gives you haste and ability power. And even if someone from your team is AP, they'll benefit from. Imagine if you have a Vex, or imagine if you have Seraphine or something on the mid lane, Ari. Pop this on them, boom. You both get the exponential benefit if they are shielded by you. Or better, Mantra shield. You apply that haste as well as ability power to them as well. So that's great. Now, Cosmic Drive is your last item for like your core. Underrated because it will combo well with Staff as well because you get movement speed when you cast 3 abilities in quick succession, right? So that's that. I don't know if you get haste from this, but let me know in the comments below. But yeah, this is a really good item. I also use this item on Sona because Sona has 3 abilities that you can spam in quick succession and then, you know, boom. So yeah, and also the stats on this, the stat sticks that they give you is really nice as well. So there's that. This is really good as well for like when you're kiting, so that you can run away when you're like really low and you get poked out, etc., etc. But yeah. So now let's talk about the 2 or 3 that I didn't put here, items that could be situational. Infinite Orb is nice because, like I said, she is a burst. You're gonna make her like a mage burst assassin, so this is the one for you. I would only use this if you're against like heavy squishy teams, you know, because this could really pop off the passive with the execution. I mean, you do more crit ability power when, you know, they're at low health, and considering if there is a team of squishies, you can just use this ASAP. Void Staff is for when there is a lot of tanks that are building off of you. This is what I mentioned, that sometimes Karma is a little situational if she is a burst mage. So you want to build a Void Staff and kind of cancel that armor shred out, because there's not much MR items, magic resist item, but they are kind of decent, and there is a tank update coming in patch 4.0, so you should be careful about it. Her runes. Now, Summon Airy is always a standard. Obviously, you get the extra poking, like I said, that's good for laning, and you get the extra shielding when you shield an ally. But I've discovered a new rune that I've experimented on Sona as well, thanks to Hell's Devil's Sona video that was posted a month ago. Phase Rush is a good rune on Karma as well. Sure, you're losing the shield, but you can gain a lot of AP to get that shield back from your mantra and your 3rd skill. Let's talk about Phase Rush for now. You get movement speed and ability haste for a few seconds. That is really nice, and that kind of combos in with Cosmic Drive and Staff. So think of the Phase Rush, Staff, and Cosmic as like the holy trinity of this build, along with the duo Rabadon to Ludens. That's really nice. If they complement each other, that means it's a good combo. So yeah, that's a really good one. You should try that out. I tried Airy here, but Phase Rush is also viable. For your runes here, this is a must-have. This is a must-have. Mana Flow Band, obviously, you want to poke more in lane. And for your, for this Domination rune, Gathering Storm is nice as well for the late game scalers out there if it goes into late game. But also, Weaken is good if you're trying to make a pick. I would suggest Weaken 2 in play in a mid lane scenario, but you want to get her more AP. The weekend will only work if you CC them and then you hit. But at least Gathering Storm is there throughout the game and it's with you, etc. So for your summoner spells, obviously spells like heal and flash, because your ADC always takes barrier and exhaust. But yeah, that was the build part of the video. Now let's move on to the gameplay part of the video. Now we are in the gameplay part of the video. We're not gonna really dive deep into the gameplay much, but I'm just gonna give you like the essentials of what you need to know when you are going to lane as a Karma. Let's talk about her matchups and what ADC she complements well with. Karma is good with someone poking, like a Caitlyn or something. Anyone long range, even a Senna. Or if you want to go a little crazy with Karma, aggressive ADCs like Draven. Misfortune with her double up skill. Those are nice as well. As long as she can follow up, then that's a great combo for her. But she does need to be the one who does most of the poking, you know. So make sure you utilize that range of that first skill, because as you can see in this laning phase part of the gameplay, I can't. It was hard. I didn't really pop off until team fights started to happen, you know, and until I get ganks and stuff. Because this enemy bot lane combo is really nice. I did land my poke there. This enemy bot lane is a nice combo. As you can see here, both have initiation tools. Tristana has a jump, while Rakan has his second skill. As you can see, I'm getting poked out here. But to be honest, Samira is not even a good ADC for her, because Samira benefits from tank initiation. So even like a Rakan, Leona, Alistar are good for Samira. I guess this person who I played with is a Samira one trick, so that's why we played Samira. She'll benefit later on, but I feel like other people in the team will benefit Karma more. Like that Yone in the mid lane over there, or the Malphite. Malphite gets a new good initiation. They get CC'd up in the air for that long. I have my Mantra first skill. Boom, pop it off. It's gonna land them. So that's a good combo. Any initiation comms are good for Karma as well. Karma can fight on her own ish. Don't one of my facts on that, but Karma has an Ash arrow. Karma has good 1v1 potential, but she needs to be having a lot of CDR because her cooldowns are really long. She doesn't really do much damage on her auto attacks that much. Okay, so we skip a bit of the video, I mean the gameplay, and then now we bought our Morello and what's that blasting one? Now this is where Karma kind of pops off a little bit. As you can see here, Tristana, I don't know why she initiated here. Good thing on Samira here, she doesn't really do much damage yet because, you know, that's how it is. But I am starting to do more damage with my poking. I did miss my first skill there, so that was a mistake on my part, but you know, what do you do? Yone comes here for the gank. Perfect, hitting the Tristana. I'm trying my best to tank the damage over here. I'm tanking the tower. Now this is where my AP scaling will matter at this stage of the game when you start getting your Ludens. So you can see that Rakan is low, right? And there he is. Look how much damage I did there. If I ulted earlier, he would have died, but you know, I'm bad at, like, you know, pressing the buttons fast, you know. He made a mistake here, he overstayed here. See, here was what I did. Boom. You need to, she will lose that in the mid game because people are starting to be more tankier with the items as well, but in the early game she can do that much. She gets the job done executing people like that. So now it is the dragon portion of the gameplay. Now as a support, you always want to get your, you know, objectives as much as you can. Make sure you're the one initiating the objectives, because a lot of the ADC, the mid laner, the top laner, hopefully the jungler even knows, like, they're not gonna notice it. I have to say, like, yo, we should check it out. And then a fight breaks out. Rakan is alone. Good thing Yone initiated there. I ulted. He ulted. Yone. We successfully got the dragon. And that's how it should be. Now at this point of the game, with my Ludens finished, we're gonna go for our boots and enchant next. Now that the mid game is starting to happen with the towers going away, that's when Karma starts to shine because she's gonna get a lot more picks with the team fights. And considering our comp is mostly tanky, with good initiation for the Samira to go in because of the Malphite and the Yone, we can win this fight. And make sure when you're in the team fights, make sure you stay far back. Because if you're a bit too close, I mean, you have the range with your first skill. Why are you so close? You know, move away. And that's why Phase Rush is really nice for you to distance themselves along with the Cosmic Drive item. So now, if you notice that everyone is starting to gather in the mid lane. So as you can see, there's an Ashe and a Yone there gathering in the mid lane. Okay, I tried poking with my first skill mantra. I landed a decently good ultimate here. Yone bumps him, opting my redemption preemptively so that they can get saved when they get landed in that space. I unfortunately got taken out, but good thing the Mundo is tanky enough. The Samira pops in, and that was it. That was the fight. When you're using redemption, make sure you pop it when you know where you have to predict. It's like a skill shot. You have to predict where your team is gonna be so that you can land it. Also, you can use redemption when you're dead, when you're like, you know, but in the radius. So make sure you use it properly. You have no idea how many clutch saves I've gotten with the redemption save from the dead. That should be an achievement on the game. So as you can see from the map, there is the Rift Herald. You know, Rift Herald, Shelly, my favorite. Samira unfortunately gets caught off here. I body blocked the ultimate for Samira because that's a long cooldown, girl. She could have gotten popping off by the set. So, you know, she here, and then Vex kind of ulted in. Here, I think I kind of passed away. Nope, I live. At this point, when you're at low, this help, make sure you distance yourself. I was dumb enough to be near that Vex. But as you can see here, I'm just like hovering above this area so that I don't get focused on. I shielded my my Mundo. Unfortunately passed. I shielded the Malphite. I thought he would live that, but he killed the Tristana from it. There was some bad communication with my team here, so, you know, but what can you do when you're solo queuing? You know, that's life, you know. But I did get good, decently mad English. I did get good wins from my session of all these games, not just the Karma, but I played more. So. Okay, so we time skipped a little bit to where Baron started to spawn. And now we have our Rabadons, and our completed redemption, obviously. As you can see, my support item is complete as well. And you can tell that the more people are gathering, you know, initiation is happening. Yone got caught off here by the set. Vex was there with the ultimate, but I don't know if she's gonna initiate in. She initiated in too late because now she's gonna get focused on by the Malphite and the Mundo. Where was I? I was there in the background. I landed a perfectly good ult here. I moved. There's a reason why I did that. You know, what if she flashes and it landed on that place? You know, you never know. So now we are getting the Baron, I think, but no one seems to be initiating because everyone is going to the mid lane. So I guess the plan is to shift to the mid lane, I guess. As you can see, I tried being a ganker, but, you know, you thought I was gonna die there. No ma'am. No ma'am. I'm not even building any armor, yet I still live that. I don't know. I've been noticing that lately. I've been noticing like I shouldn't be scared when if I have a level advantage or something, or I have a lot of health. Oh yeah, I forgot I had the rune Hunter Titan that kind of made me survive those stuff, and the tenacity as well. But yeah, I noticed that in fights like when I thought I was gonna die, I didn't. Especially if like the ADC is there or something. That happened a lot in my match sessions yesterday. It's crazy. Now we are 17 minutes in the match. Now this is probably the few last team fights. Let's talk about it. Ashe jungle comes in. Vex tries to initiate on me, but I do so much damage now that the rest of my team can just finish it off. I'm in the back here trying to heal up. I can see Ashe over here. I tried hitting my thing. Look at the amount of AP I have is so much that I get a huge chunk of a heal. But unfortunately, I died to Ashe because of the dragon, I think. As you can see, the more AP I have, the more shield you'll get. So that's why it's nice to sometimes stack AP. That's kind of what I did in the Sona gameplay that I did. But yeah, that Sona video could be coming soon, because I don't think I'm ready to post it yet. Okay, this is the last team fight of the thing. So Ash initiated over here. First of all, Ash jungle. What? Vex, why did she ult there? Okay, anyway, Diamond 2 people. So yeah, I'm trying to poke out with my abilities and stuff. Yone initiated on the... I forgot who. I'm trying to pop off the abilities over here. I was so ballsy. Look how much damage I do though. Do you see that? I thought that was someone else, but that was me now that I realized it. I tried to root the Yone from... Not Yone, the set from escaping, and that was the end of the team fight. And I think that was the end of the match. Yep, that was the end of the match. I hope you guys learned something from this. Despite not being in a full gameplay, it was just mostly highlights of what I do when I play Karma, you know. We like to mix and match video approaches here. So this was my score. I was 3-3-13. You know, this is my build. I was building Infinity Orb here. Infinity Orb here. But I think Cosmic Drive should be the one here, you know, because like I said, I was experimenting and stuff. Yeah, everyone did well, surprisingly. Samira, Yone was the one who popped off. If you want to see my damage charts, I did more damage than the Samira, surprisingly. I tanked more, I had more assists, and yeah, I was the one who had less gold. Wow, support items do be like that. Anyway. But yeah, that was the Karma video. I hope you guys like it. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys like the video. You know, hit the notification bell. Make sure you check all the links in the description below for my Discord. If you want to donate, my coffee and PayPal are also there. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.